Panama Canal Railway is a land bridge connecting two oceans. It allows your ships to make one call in Panama and link up with all of the different steamship lines' port terminals. No matter what ocean your ships are on, Panama is now a single entity, the Port of Panama. Think of the Panama Canal Railway as a giant conveyor belt hauling containers back and forth across the Isthmus of Panama, connecting ocean with ocean. It's never going to replace the Panama Canal. No railroad could ever compete with the canal's capacity. What the railroad does for shippers is offer you options. The fancy business term is improved carrier asset utilization. In plain language, you'll get more trips from your ships. Panama is well situated as the transshipment hub of the Americas. Your ships can remain in rotation on one ocean, and the Panama Canal Railway Company will give them two-ocean capability. Your ships will not have to transit the canal to transfer containers to another vessel, so those containers can continue on to their final destination. The railroad can handle the large volume transshipment of containers with its intermodal rail land bridge. You save transit fees and time. And in the shipping business, you know that time is money. The PCRC is less than 50 miles long, but it crosses an entire continent. Because it's been completely reconstructed from roadbed to rolling stock, it is probably the most modern railroad on the planet. The people who put it together are the best in their field. The PCRC is a partnership between the Kansas City Southern Railway, known throughout North America as the NAFTA Railroad, and MyJack Products, the world's top manufacturer of intermodal cranes, and through its in-terminal services division, the world's premier operator and builder of intermodal terminals. These guys all know what they are doing. They know how to take care of your containers. The Class 1 Panama Canal Railroad is state-of-the-art, and its practices are the world's best. You are looking at the Pacific port of Balboa and its giant ship-to-shore cranes. Your containers make only a short trip from ship to train as they begin their inbound journey from coast to coast. The dedicated road is secure and safe. Your containers are not taking a crosstown commute. Before they enter the railroad's terminal, their waybills, customs documents, and security seals are checked. All the numbers on the computer-generated transshipment list must match before those containers can move on. Once your containers are trackside, they are loaded onto specialized cars with double-stack capacity for the short trip to Cologne on the Atlantic or Caribbean side. The equipment and terminal operations are on a par with what you would find anywhere in North America. Skilled crane operators and ground personnel make short work of loading the train. As a shipper, you want to know your cargo is safe as it transits the Isthmus of Panama on the Panama Canal Railway Company. Well, it is. As it travels from ship to ship, it never leaves a sterile, bonded environment. And most of that trip is right here in the train. And as you can see, we have the capability of handling just about any kind of cargo you may want to ship. Now, we have double stacks here. You could put two 20s in the bottom and a 40 as we have here. And as you're using bigger and bigger containers as we move into the 21st century, up top here, we could run a 45-foot container. So we can handle anything you want to ship. And this car happens to have refrigeration capability. The reefer car here is keeping the cargo, which could be frozen vegetables in the bottom tier and refrigerated meat in the top, a lot more comfortable than I am. I got to tell you, it's about 90 degrees here, and that cargo is a lot more comfortable in there than I am out here. So the Panama Canal Railway Company can handle your cargo efficiently, safely, and fast, or as they say in Panama, rapido. Hooking up the reefer containers is as simple as plugging them in, and they're ready to go. Generators on the cars provide the power to keep your valuable cargo cold and well protected during the trip. The actual train trip across the isthmus only takes about an hour and a half, so let's hop aboard and take the same ride that your cargo will take. Moving through the busy urban area, the train travels slowly. Once out of town, it picks up speed, even passing by a golf course as it moves toward its destination on the opposite coast. Play around when you come to see us. The line parallels the Panama Canal for most of its journey. The train passes container-laden vessels as they traverse the canal. Have you noticed that your containers are moving much faster on the railroad? Before there was a canal, there was a railroad in Panama. The Panama Railroad opened for business in 1855. It was a boon to miners heading to the gold fields of California, eliminating the time-consuming and dangerous trip around Cape Horn. The Panama Railroad was the first transcontinental railroad in the Western Hemisphere. It went into decline in 1896 when the east and west coasts of the United States were linked by rail. In the early years of the 20th century, the Panama Railroad bounced back, playing a key role in building the Panama Canal, hauling men and materiel to the site of the Big Ditch. The line served the people of Panama and the former canal zone well for most of that century, until the railroad's fortunes again declined. In 1998, when Panama awarded the 50-year railroad concession to Kansas City Southern and MyJack Products, the tracks leading to the Miraflores Tunnel were useless. Not only were the ties rotted out, the tunnel was not tall enough to accommodate double-stack container trains. They could have just eliminated the tunnel. Instead, the PCRC lowered the floor to preserve the line's rich tradition. The railroad's history in the 21st century is just beginning to be written. But as the old song goes, the future's so bright, we've got to wear shades. Except when we are riding through the Miraflores Tunnel. This plaque commemorating the railroad's reopening in 2001 really kind of tells a story. This is a cross-section of the original rail when the Panama Canal Railway opened in 1855. This is a piece from 1912, just before the Panama Canal opened, and the railroad played a very important part in building the canal. But look at this. This is a cross-section of the rail from today. It shows you how much bigger trains have gotten and how much more capacity they can handle. It's quite a contrast from the early days up until the present day. There is no way those old rails would have ever carried the modern trains that the railroad runs today. But then, the old trains never had to carry the loads that today's trains do. The Panama Canal Railway, of course, is one of the oldest railroads in the world, but it's also one of the most modern. The rail is continuously welded heavy-gauge steel on concrete ties. This will be here for a long time, and the Panama Canal Railway is in it too for the long run, to help you move your cargo fast and efficiently across the Isthmus of Panama. For those of you who are interested in these things, the roadbed contains 280,000 tons of granite ballast from Nova Scotia, 150,000 concrete ties, and 11,000 tons of 136-pound rail. And because the track is continuously welded, there is no familiar clickety-clack. This is one smooth ride. Panama, I think, is one of the prettiest countries in the world. As you take this trip on the Panama Canal Railway, you go over some pretty interesting terrain. We go through tropical rainforests, and we see the ships going through the canal. We've even seen a couple of iguanas run across the track. And you're probably sitting in some sort of a stuffy office as you're watching this video, and you know what? Your cargo that's on this train, it's probably having a better day than you are. About 90 minutes after leaving the Balboa terminal, we have traversed an entire continent. As the train pulls into the Colón Intermodal Terminal, hostlers are lined up ready to deliver your containers from the train to the port facility a short distance away. That's it in the background, again, connected by a dedicated, secure road. Moments after the train's arrival, your containers are being unloaded and sent on their way to the ships. The perishables and the reefers arrive as fresh as they were when they began the trip. They are swiftly transferred to a ship to continue their journey. Panama is not only a shipping hub, it's a great place to do business. The Republic of Panama is an international dollar-based banking center, attracting investors from all over the world. Panama City is now home to more than 110 banks. Panama is growing as a major transshipment and distribution hub, adding to its international flavor. Billions of dollars have been invested in port facilities on both oceans. These port investments have led to rapid growth at the Colón Free Trade Zone, second largest after Hong Kong. The Panama Canal Railway Company plays an integral role in this expansive business atmosphere by linking all of the diverse parts together. We have a vested interest in Panama's vision of the future. Like you, we are in it for the long haul. We want to help you get your containers to where they are going faster. We're that conveyor belt, always rolling, giving your ships two-ocean capability with one call at the Port of Panama. Seamless, that's what it's all about. Your containers have moved from ocean to ocean in a matter of a few hours. In fact, the containers have gone from ship to ship before they even realize what's happened. Of course, containers don't really realize anything, but you do. The Panama Canal Railway can help you move your cargo efficiently in a protected environment and save you money in the process. That's not a bad deal. I'm Bob Wallace for the Panama Canal Railway, and we hope to see your containers on our railroad real soon.